Hello, Susan. Ooh, McCall's is $1.99 this week at Hobby Lobby. Great tip. Thank you very much. That warrants a trip over there, I think. All right. So I've been, sewing all these doll clothes, and I'm telling you what, I'm turning off the news. I'm turning off everything. Oh, there's just no good news when you turn on the news. And so it's like everybody's arguing, everybody's fighting, everybody wants their way, and I just want to be like, not hear it. So I turn it all off and I come up here and I play with my dolls. Make doll clothes, and that's my getaway. So I just said, if you're looking for me, this is where you're gonna find me playing with dolls. I might be up here the whole rest of the year doing that because I am so tired of 2020. Like, I remember my mom used to say, like, let me kick you into the middle of next year if you don't cut that out. I know it's a slang that moms say. It's one of those mom things. And I'm like, if she was here now, I'd be like, okay, Mom, come on. I'll go to the middle of next year and get out of this one for sure. Hello, Nicola. Hi, Angelita. Oh, Lakewood, Los Angeles. Awesome. All right. So anybody know of any other sales this week? I think that on the Cricut website, if you're interested in that, I think they have a big sale going. I'm not like in on all of their things so much yet because I just switched from Silhouette to Cricut, but I did see on their website that they have a lot of sale items on their website. So if you're thinking about getting accessories or upgrading or getting a different blade, or they had all kinds of things on sale. So that's something you could check out. Hello, Hermina. Good to see you too. I'm going to pop over and check the Facebook group and make sure there isn't anybody waiting for approval, because there are some people who may not have joined the Facebook group yet, but who want to be live. And I put the link so they could join before the live session today on the YouTube community tab. So I'm going to go pop over there just really quick and make sure that there's nobody waiting. Okay, let's see. Let me go to groups and Dorothy's daughter, and I don't see any member requests. Nope, none yet. Okay. Everybody who wants to be in, I guess, is there. I'll check again in a little while just to make sure we're not leaving anybody out. So, yeah, so the internet's always really good. You know, it always cuts out right when you need it. And this morning, halfway through our live at church, it just quit. So I'm hoping it does better for this. We're on the same internet mode as our church because it's just a few blocks away. So I hope we don't have any issues this afternoon. So windy and cold in Los Angeles. Okay. Hello, Kathy. Good to see you. Hi, Ingrid. Good to see you. Oh, I'm sorry you were clueless, but I'm glad you're here. Let's see. We're actually just, it's not even 3 yet, so there might be some more people coming. So anyway, how is everyone? What are you sewing this weekend? Anybody sewing anything fun? I did 2 doll outfits. I'm going to be showing, we're going to have a doll fashion show when I'm done with this group. I need to make 36 outfits. because I have 6 grandkids and I've determined that I'm going to give them each 6 outfits for their doll. Maybe the boys won't quite have that many, but the girls are going to have 6. So I have a lot of sewing to do. I've got about half of it done though, so that's pretty good. And I'm going to do a little fashion show with my dolls and talk to you about some tips of making doll clothes. And tomorrow I'm going to put up a video tutorial on how to okay, but my brain left me. I'm going to put up a tutorial on how to take any pattern and grade it down for a doll. Got 2 methods. Sometimes one is better than the other. It just depends. So I'm going to share those methods with you and show you the results that I'm getting. And then, you know, you'll be able to take a kid's pattern and make it for a child and also make one to match for the doll, even if there isn't a doll pattern available. Because there are some, but not all. Not all things are available. So I've done a little Sunday romper for my granddaughter's doll. And I'm doing the South Shore romper, the Ellie and Mac one. They don't have a doll pattern either. Yeah, it's really fun. So I'm going to show you how to draft your own. And you can get crazy because once you have that block and you kind of know how to do it, you can just make your own things up, and it's really fun. So tune in tomorrow for that. I'm probably going to film that in the morning, and it'll probably be on a little bit later in the day. And it'll be on YouTube. So I have somebody messaging me here. Okay, awesome. All right, so while I'm talking here, next week I probably will not do a live on Sunday because we have a very big church meeting talking about the future and when things should open up and, you know, things like that. So I will probably be occupied all Sunday afternoon with that, since I'm one of the staff. I'm the worship director, so I need to be participating in that. So I will probably either do a Sunday evening, but then that leaves some time zones out. So I like this 3 o'clock time because I feel like more people can, you know, join in from other areas. So in the evening, Eastern is like the middle of the night for the UK people. So I don't want to leave anybody out, or European people too. So I'm thinking maybe Monday at 3 next week rather than Sunday. And then I'm going to be gone for 2 weeks. We're heading to Texas to see my brother. So I'm very excited about that. I'm going to do some videos up ahead of time, and I'll probably try to do a few stories and things to say hello and let you know how things are going. But yeah, I'm going to be leaving on the 19th and coming back on the 1st. So we're going to drive. We just decided that, you know, my husband's laid off, so we could just take a trip because we haven't been able to do anything, and I haven't seen my brother for a year. So we're just going to hit the road and go to Texas. So at least that's what we're planning now, unless 2020 has any more weirdness for us. We're planning on it. I tell you, you just duck this year, like just one thing after another. But I was reminded that God is still in control. A good friend of mine, it's actually a young friend of mine, had a baby. And I said to her that that's like the bright spot of 2020. It's nice to know that there are some good things happening. Well, there's a lot of good things happening. But, you know, there's a lot of people struggling as well. All right, let's see. Hello, Kathy, Renee. Oh, good. Yes, I'm going to share the doll clothes for sure. Paulette. Hello, Verna. Nice to see you. Ingrid's busy cutting out Sew House 7 free range slacks. Oh, I've not made those yet. You'll have to let us know how they are. But now you're in bed ready to go to sleep. I'm sorry. Maybe we should do a little earlier. Thank you so much, Ivy. I am very excited to go. Um, and let's see, Susan. Hi, Heidi. Hi, Heidi. That's a mouthful. Hello, Heidi. Oh, thank you so much. We will have a good time. I know we will. Hi, Charlene. Looking forward to the doll clothes lesson. You know, it's not so bad. And I've got another tip for you that'll be good for doll clothes. I discovered something. I didn't think something made a big difference, and I thought, oh, it came with my machine. I need to try it, and it made a huge difference. So I'm going to tell you about that in a little bit. In fact, it makes me want to go buy more feet. Any new patterns that you've seen out there? Let's see. I really like the new jacket from Itch to Stitch. I want to make that. I saw a coat. I can't remember. It was on the Fold Lines new patterns YouTube video I watched yesterday. I have to look at it again to find out where the coat was from. But it was a super long coat. I probably wouldn't make it long, but the shape of the coat was really, really nice. So that's something that would be fun to make. Hello, Carmen. Let's see. I have here some people could come on camera. So if anybody wants to come on camera and say hello, just holler. I will be, though, uploading this video to YouTube when we're done. So if you do come on camera, just know that be okay with being on YouTube, because I will upload this for people who didn't make it, because there's a lot of people who do watch them after the fact. And hopefully this YouTube situation that I had this last month won't happen again. I'm hoping. I don't have any way of knowing until they close out the month. But some people have said that the live sessions are like a trigger, like it's open so hackers can get in and cause those things. So I'm hoping that's what it was. I'm really upset with YouTube. I emailed them like 5 times, and every time I get a canned response. And it always says you're responsible for preventing this, okay? But then you ask them how you find out who's doing it or how you prevent it, and they tell you that the system that they use to track it is proprietary. So if I can't know how to track it, how can I prevent it? And it's really frustrating. So I guess there's people who just go and do harm to others by crashing their site, by clicking all the ads. And I guess if you click on an ad twice, it's an invalid click. And what's really, I know that I've done that on other sites. I've clicked on something and then thought about it later and went, oh, I want to know about that, and gone back again and clicked it to do the purchase or whatever. So I don't know. It's a weird thing. I have not clicked on my ads, I promise you. So I don't know what they're doing there, and it's frustrating to me. But I'm not stopping. I'm keeping on going, because if people don't do that, it's never going to get fixed. So, but I thought, just in case the live sessions are when somebody's sneaking in to do that I would just move them to Facebook. Truthfully, the live session views don't really make me much money anyway. So I'll just move them here, and we'll have a good time together. And one of the best things for me about doing the live sessions is hearing what you guys want to see. And it's really made my channel better. So I didn't want to stop doing the lives, and then I thought, oh, thank you, God, you had me set up that Facebook group, because I did this Facebook group on a whim one day, thinking, oh, it'd be really nice to have a place where we could all hang out a little more. And now I'm really glad, because it was just real easy to move it to Facebook. So yeah, we'll see if that makes a difference. Yeah, I've got to tap the brains of a few other people, but yeah, nobody that I've talked to so far has had this happen to them. Just seeing posts online, and one girl, it definitely happened as she was on a live chat. So I thought, well, I will just not do YouTube live for a little while, but I'm still doing my videos because you know what, I'm not in this for the money anyway. But right now it is nice because my husband's laid off, so it is like our, you know, it buys my fabric and stuff like that. So yeah, but I'm sure we'll get it straightened out, and if not, you know, we'll find another way. Hi, see, oh, Milton, hi, how are you? New in sewing. Think you're, I'm not able to create anything from scratch. Sewing, oh yes, it's wonderful. It's a wonderful, relaxing thing to do. And you know what? You don't have to create anything from scratch. There's so many great patterns. You don't have to. And eventually, you'll branch out. What's nice about doing the doll clothes is that if you mess it up, you've ruined a piece of fabric like this big. So it's just a scrap anyway, you know. So you don't have to worry about like messing up good fabric. It's just a scrap. So I like doing that, you know, playing that way, because then you can, you know, translate it into bigger clothes, you know, adult clothes. You still learn a lot of skills that way. Hello, AK. Nice to see you. Oh, let's see. Made for Mermaids. What did this one? There must have been something before this. Have you ever made the Dion blazer from Made for Mermaids? No, I have not. I have made a few of their patterns. I don't know if anybody here has made it. I made the Clueless cardigan, and I made the Alexander swimsuit. I think those are the only two from Made for Mermaids that I've made. I liked them though, and I know you messaged me right before the chat, and I messaged you back. If you can, maybe just take a photo of what you're confused about, and I'll try and help you figure it out. And they also have a really good Facebook group with a lot of really helpful people. So if I can't figure it out, you could probably take it there. Hi, Elizabeth. Good to see you. So what kind of things have you sewn already? Is it Milton? Yeah. What kind of things have you sewn so far? You said you've been sewing for about a year. What kind of things do you like to sew? In the beginning, you know, there's usually some kind of genre of sewing that you do and then branch out as you get older. Like for me, I was sewing for myself. Well, actually, when I started, I was sewing my doll clothes. And then, you know, as a teenager, I sewed for myself. And then as I got a little older, I sewed for my babies. And then I sewed for myself again. And then I sewed, and now I sew for myself, my kids, and my grandkids. So, but that's usually how it goes. So when you first start out, you're probably sewing either for yourself or for your child. What is the most expensive fabric that I have worked with? Excuse me. Oh, probably leather, like real leather. I've made some bags with real leather that, you know, were quite involved, and the leather was, you know, a good leather. I as a rule don't buy real expensive fabric, not because I don't want to do it, but just because I'm not able to afford really, really expensive fabric. Like I've done a little wool, you know, good wool. But how about anybody else? What kind of fabrics, expensive fabrics, have you sewn with? Kind of in the I wish category, I think, for me, because I just, you know, I just can't justify spending that kind of money. Maybe someday, but not yet. Let's see. I need to get the comments up here. I wish you could make them stay up. Hello, Wayna. Nice to see you. Valerie, nice to see you. All right. Anybody else? What's the most expensive fabric? Milton wants to know. I've got the sniffles today, not because I'm got a cold, but just because it's so gorgeous. I was outside with my allergies a little more than I probably should have been. I've got to find a way to make these stay up so I don't lose my place. All right. Hello, Anna. Kelly, nice to see you. Carmen, let's see. Louisa. Debbie, good to see you. We have a nice group today. I hope everybody that needs to find us can find us today. So if you're hear anybody say that they couldn't find it, if you point them to the right place so that they can find us. Let's see. A men's knit top. Okay, so Milton has sewn a men's knit top, a Mrs. Peplin top, men's pants, women's pants, men's shirt. Wow, very good. That's a lot. That is really good for being a new sewist to do men's pants. That's that's something a lot of people don't tackle for quite a few years. So bravo to you. That's awesome. And do you know which simplicity pattern that you used? I know this. I think the one I like for men's shirts is 8753. Can't think of the pant one, but yeah, do share the pattern numbers. And in this Facebook group too, you can always post pictures of your makes. We love to, like, everybody needs an attaboy, you know, once in a while. So, people, you know, we don't, you know, we show our husbands what we've made, and they go, "That's really nice." They don't have any clue how hard it was to make it. So, you post it for your sewing friends, and everybody can, you know, "Oh, that's really great," and it just kind of makes everybody feel really good about what they're doing, and also help yourself get over the hurdles, because everybody comes up against something difficult once in a while, and it's really helpful when you have this big group of people that will help. I always tell people, you know, that there's so many people who know about sewing on this group that you could post any question and it'll be answered very quickly by somebody who knows what they're doing. Usually by the time I get to them, somebody's already answered it, which is fabulous. That is wonderful, because the more everybody helps each other, the better. Yeah, simplicity is a very good commercial pattern to start with. If you're not doing indie patterns, the indie patterns are nice just because they all have their own Facebook group, which means that they all, you know, you can go right on, like Love Notions or Itch to Stitch or Made for Mermaids or any of those. You can go right on their Facebook group and ask the designer a question, which is I think why I love, you know, using the indie patterns the most, because they're so much help. And I also have been involved a couple times with the fit process and testing the pattern, and the way they go through testing is nothing short of amazing, and how much work that is for them. It's incredible. And then it always makes me think how worth the money those patterns are when you see how intense the testing has been, and then, you know, you don't mind paying that $6 or $7 or $8 or $9 for the pattern. You know, I mean, obviously we all like to get them on sale, but it kind of makes you feel like, you know where your money's going, because it's a lot. But testing those patterns is a lot, for sure. Let's see. I love to hear when men are sewing or knitting. Me too. That's so great. Hello, Carrie. Nice to see you. Every once in a while it tells me bring somebody on camera. I'm not sure what that is, but I'll be happy to bring you on camera if you want to be. If anybody wants to show something they're making, feel free. See, this doesn't give me the time. Oh, it's 3:09. Okay. And usually about 3:15 I give a tip. So I'll wait till a little bit longer. I'm going to pop out again and just make sure there's nobody waiting for access. Nope. Nope, nobody's waiting. So hopefully people are able to see the chat if they want to. All right. Hi, Kathy Ann. Good to see you. Nice to see that you're here. I'm hoping people are finding it okay. Okay, so this is off topic. But, you know, we all have our busy sewing days. And you want to sew till the last possible minute, right? And then you have to go cook dinner. So this time of year, it's like soup is the thing, you know, like soup is just the best. Maybe not today, but if you have a favorite soup recipe, maybe we should start a busy sewing day recipe chain in our Facebook group. I think that would be kind of cool because it's just really nice to have something you can throw together pretty quick. But that way you can, you know, work another hour on your project before you start sewing. I know that's me. I'm always like, yesterday my husband yelled up the steps, "Are we gonna have dinner?" I'm like, yeah, I just want to finish this. And the Buckeyes were coming on anyway, so I had to go watch the game, and we had dinner while we were watching the game. It was a 7:30 game, so everything was late. It was nice to meet you, Milton. Please jump in on the Facebook group and let us get to know you more. Thank you for stopping in. Hi, Joyce. Good to see you here. We were talking about recipes for busy sewing days. We were talking about what are you sewing this weekend. Just anything that Verna has some questions about made for mermaids patterns and putting them together. So if there's anything else anybody wants to jump in. Hi, Ellen. Good to see you here too. Thank you so much for understanding why I wanted to jump this to Facebook. So it may or may not be permanently on Facebook. I just need to find out if that was the reason that happened on YouTube or not. Some people say that the live streams are a little more vulnerable to hackers, so that may be what happened. A friend of mine that knows a lot said she thought that was, so I thought, well, until I know, I'm just not going to do live on YouTube for a little while. So that's why we're on Facebook. And anyway, it's a nice platform for lives anyway. I think it's maybe even a little nicer than YouTube is for it. So, all right, I'm going to give you my tip, okay? And it's really just a Janome tip, but I'm going to unscrew this. Maybe. I am going to unscrew it, but I'm going to use a screwdriver because I really tightened it tight this time. Okay. Okay, so Janome has in the upper, I'm not sure what level these start, but the AccuFeed system And I was sewing all these tiny seams on, I'm going to show you this a little closer up. It's like a walking foot, but you guys all know I hate walking feet, right? Because they're so bulky and you can't see what you're doing. Well, this, you can see everything really, really well. It's part of their AccuFeed system, and it's wonderful for like thin fabrics, and any time you have anything with the feed dogs wanting to not feed it properly. So I was doing all these doll clothes. So when you have this teeny tiny seam allowance, a 1/4 inch, or some of mine are a scant 1/4. Okay, so when you do that, if the fabric's thin, it just wants to go down in the, get caught down in the hole. And you could do the stitch plate with just the single, because I do have that. However, if you're doing knits, you don't want to use a straight stitch. So, it's kind of tough. Well, this AccuFeed foot, I thought, I really hadn't tried this that much since I got my machine. I've had it about 4 months. So I was sewing the doll clothes yesterday and getting really frustrated because it just kept sucking the fabric, and I, use my hump jumper. But then the minute that I forget, it would just suck down in again. So I said, I wonder if that AccuFeed foot would be worth getting out. Oh my goodness, I'm completely hooked. I didn't have one single problem with any piece of fabric after that. This is amazing. It hooks up onto the actual, like on the bar. And so it goes up and down as well. So it pushes at the same time your feed dogs push. Yeah, this thing's amazing. I had no more feed problems after that. So just a plug, if you have a Janome and you have this thing and you haven't used it, get it out because it's really, really good. I may not ever take it off now. I had used it a little bit one day, but I just didn't really see that big a difference. But I wasn't sewing anything that was hard. So these tiny seam allowances on like really thin double brush poly, it was just sucking right down in there. It just wouldn't go. And this did it. So let's see. Hello, Olga. Good to see you. Hi, Nancy. So Olga, I see that your name is Olga Homeschool, so you obviously must be a homeschool mom. I am, well, once you are a homeschool mom, you're always a homeschool mom. I'm actually a homeschool Grammy at this point because my daughter is homeschooling her children as well. But I homeschooled my children from 2nd and 3rd grade all the way through. And I just wonder, because I used to struggle with having sewing time because it's a busy lifestyle. So how do you work out time in your day to sew? I think some moms, even if they don't homeschool, but just they're busy, how do you carve out the time? That would be really good to know. Heidi uses the walking foot on her Bernina all the time. Yeah, I have a walking foot too, but this thing is, let me find it. Well, one, it doesn't fit the 9mm machine, but okay, I can't, this is a regular walking foot. And it has all this stuff right here. See it? And it's really hard to see where the fabric's going. And I just, compared to this where it's all open and you can see what you're doing. So, yeah, I never liked the walking foot. I have a roller foot that I used to use on my old machine that I liked better than the walking foot. But this is incredible. Really, really good. Made me glad I got. So I was between the S5 and the S7, and my husband decided I needed the S7, and now that because the S5 I don't think has it, so now that I have the S7 and I have this AccuFeed, I thought it was just for quilters. Oh, let me tell you, it's not. It's wonderful. Well, it kind of is a walking foot, but it's more than that, because you can, like, this is all open where the stitches go, you know, so you can see what you're doing. It's just amazing. I guess it's kind of a built-in walking foot type thing. You came from Russia and homeschooled there too. Wow. That's awesome. I would love to hear about your experience sometime when you have more time. I understand you have to go. Good to see you. Hi, Linda. Good to see you. Oh, really? That's interesting. Verna says the walking foot she has is open and you can see. So it wasn't like this one, because the only ones I've ever had before this were like super hard to see what you're doing. This one though, this is awesome. So hello, Linda. Nice to see you. Okay, so no one has jumped in with a soup recipe or some kind of soup they like to make. Or what's your favorite quick dinner when it's time for, you need to spend every minute sewing? What's your favorite dinner? Maybe it's not soup, but soup is just so good this time of year. Chili. I like to make chili. Anybody have a favorite? Nobody wants to be first? Thought I saw a question. Hi, Carrie. Yeah, this is a Janome Skyline S7, and I've just had it a short time, but I love it. It has this awesome LED screen and tons of stitches that I don't know if I'll ever use, but it has, you know, the thread cutter, and just everything is awesome. I didn't even know a machine could be this good. That's what I told my husband after I brought it home and I sewed with it. It's like I didn't know it could be that good. It's just wonderful. I'm very thankful for this machine. Ooh, tomato pepper bisque. Ooh, that sounds good. You'll have to share that recipe in the group. Let's see, I saw some others. Butternut squash. Chicken Florent. Ooh, lots of good food here. Tater tot casserole. That's awesome. Carry out. Yeah. My husband would say that what I like to make most is reservations. Potato soup, chili, burritos, tacos. Yeah. Anything in the Instant Pot, I agree. Hi, Maria. I hadn't seen you in here yet today. Let's see. Awesome. All good ideas. Don't you think we ought to make a thread in the group and share some recipes for busy sewing days? I think that'd be really good. See, Martha Stewart chicken noodle soup. Yum. Hi, Jay. Good to see you. Pork chops cooked in cider. Ooh, yum. Hi, Bridget. Good to see you. Homemade refried beans for tostadas and burritos. Yum. Italian beef in the crock pot. Ooh, I'd like that recipe. Oh, you homeschool. Okay, cool. Yeah, I know. It gets hard. My kids were really little when I started. And my daughter, bless her heart, she has 4. She's homeschooling a 12-year-old, 11-year-old, 8-year-old, and 6-year-old. So it's crazy. It's really crazy at her house, but she's doing it. She's doing an amazing job. She's a way better homeschool mom than I was. Hello, Mercedes. Good to see you too. Reservations work for me. Yeah, me too. That is my favorite thing to make. But let's see. I bought an air fryer, like the air fryer oven. So it looks like a toaster oven, but it's an air fryer. It's like a new wave. I use that thing for everything. I mean, I use it for, we do our steaks in there. It's got a temperature probe, so you can get it to the exact temperature, and they cook so nice and even, and they sear because there's like a sear setting. So good. And you do grilled chicken in there is amazing. So that's probably my favorite quick thing, because really you can grill the meat pretty quickly and then just throw it on a salad or, baked potato or something. Oh, don't be scared of your Instant Pot. They're awesome. A veggie heavy pasta salad. Ooh, that sounds good. Jay's back in lockdown. Oh, yeah, boy, it's going to be sewing time, isn't it? I hope that doesn't happen with us. I have a feeling we're headed there, but we'll see. Oh, Wayna, you're in Hawaii. Miso soup is one of her husband's favorites. I love Hawaii. I'll eat anything in Hawaii just to be there. Anything would taste better in Hawaii. I've been there twice, and oh my, I love it so much. Right, you don't have to wait for exactly, you don't have to wait for an oven to preheat. Yeah, it's amazing. If you just want to like throw some dinner rolls in there, like, like crescent rolls or something, you can just throw them in there. 7 minutes, they're done, just so good. Yeah. It kind of helps you make dinners a little more special, because you can do extra little things in there. Another thing I like to do is I just take regular bread, I butter it, and I put garlic on it and Italian seasoning, and then I just toast it in there, and it's garlic toast that would rival any Pepperidge Farm Texas toast that you can imagine. It's just my regular bread, so it's really good. Hi, Susan. Hi, Linda. So good to see everybody. So since we were talking sewing feet, what are your favorite feet to use? I know a lot of people like the walking foot. This is probably my favorite now. But what are your favorite feet? I like the 1/4 inch foot too. And you can get this in a 1/4 inch foot. I just don't have it yet. I will. You can get this in a whole bunch of different zipper foot. You can get like this and everything. It's really good. So what's your favorite foot? Satin foot? Walking foot? Yep. Anybody else have a favorite foot? You like to play with your feet? I'm wondering. I did a presser foot video like a while back. That was before I got this machine. I did right in the beginning of like Friday Sewing School. I had a all about presser feet video. So it's back there. But this could be updated because I did not have this 9mm machine then. So there's a lot more possibilities with the 9mm width of this satin stitch or whatever. So there's a lot more decorative stitches and things that this one will do. Not that I will ever probably use those. I think doll clothes I've used them more than on anything else. But you know, it's there if I want it. So I like that. And the alphabet will be good to stitch names into clothes. Like if you want to, you know, if you want to, you know, do a special tag or something for a quilt or something that you're making that's going to be like an heirloom. Walking foot right now. Yeah. What is your Janome model? I might know. Hi, Marie. I saw somebody else here. Hi, Liz. Donna. Hi, Marie. Try that on your cover stitch. That's fun. Oh, that's funny. Love to you too, Jay. Have a good evening. Have a good dinner. The one I used to have, no, they do not make it for that. It's only on the upper ones, like the memory craft ones and the skyline, and not all the skylines, only like S7 and S9. S9 is the one that has the embroidery machine with it. This one is mostly the same as the S9 but no embroidery. So the skyline, I think the line of the skylines are like less expensive than like the memory craft ones, but have a lot of the same features, which is right up my alley because I don't have, you know, $15,000 to spend on a machine. I just don't. Never probably will. So this is more machine than I ever thought I'd be able to have. Here in Eastern Time, excuse me, it is 3:30. So when we fly to Hawaii, it's like a 5-hour flight or so, I think, maybe longer. Might be more like a 8-hour flight. We did a lot of stops both times, so I don't remember, but I remember getting there at like, we were like trying to find a place to eat dinner, and it was like 4 a.m. Ohio time, and we were like we were slap happy because we were just overtired that first night. I'll never forget that. We took our kids, our grown kids. Our daughter was married, but our son wasn't, so there were 5 of us, and we had a blast. It was before we had any grandkids. Just one of our kids was married, so there's too many of us now. We can't take everybody anymore. We have 6 grandkids and everybody's married, so we can't do that. Unless we hit the jackpot or something. Hi, Sarah. Nice to see you. So that doll video is probably going to go up tomorrow. It won't be the fashion show yet because I'm going to wait till I'm all done. But I am just going to show the tutorial of how I take a pattern and shrink it to doll size. And just there's a couple methods you can use, and sometimes one works and sometimes another one works. But I'm going to show you both ways that I know of. I know there are, you can, if you're lucky enough to have any of that software that the designers have, that you could spit the measurements in and it would spit out the doll pattern, that would be wonderful. But I don't have that, so I just have developed a couple ways that I can do it, and it's not perfect, but it's pretty darn close. So and I think you'll be amazed what you can really do. So hi, Megs. Nice to see you. I don't have the AccuFeed one for Stitch in the Ditch, but I want to get that one. But I do have one here. This is a Stitch in the Ditch one. And I used to use it on my old machine all the time, the Stitch in the Ditch one. I like it a lot. Especially, I have not done a lot of quilting, so I'm not a quilt expert by any means, but I've made a few. And they were just squares. Like, think really simple, because I don't do the really neat quilts that a lot of people do. But they were squares and pictures and stuff. And so I just wanted to, make sure I stitched right in the ditch, and it worked really well. Thanks, Ivy. Oh, you know what? You just get out your scraps and you'll have plenty of doll clothes to sew. I could make enough for this entire town by just all the scraps I have. Glad I saved a lot of the scraps from the things I made the kids through the year. I'm really glad I saved. I think at the time I was thinking I was going to make them headbands, but I'm really happy that I've been able to make that same outfit for their dolls, that I gave them the outfit like in their birthdays. So that's kind of fun. I started out when my first couple grandkids came, that every time I gave them an outfit, I gave them one like it for their doll. And I went along like that for a while, but then, the two multiplied into 6. And just, I'm doing good to get their outfits done for their birthday. So, but for Christmas, I'm making every doll a wardrobe. Everybody, even the boys, are getting a boy doll. And they are going to be decked out in camo and khaki and denim. And I found little work boots, like little teeny brown work boots. They're so cute. And sneakers for the boys, and snow boots, which I'm going to use to make Kristoff, because I made Anna for my littlest granddaughter, and he wants a Kristoff, so I'm going to make a Kristoff costume for his doll. So Kristoff's going to have red hair, because that's just how we roll. Yes, I know. I just dressing dolls all over town. Yeah, I might. It's a really nice escape right now, because like to turn on the TV and hear people argue, and yeah, just like I said, if you're looking for me right now, you'll find me right here playing with dolls. That's been this week. That's been my sort of haven. But it'll be good when Christmas comes, because, our budget is very small this year since my husband isn't working. So, making the doll clothes, they're going to be thrilled beyond belief. I know they will be. They always love it when I make something for their dolls. So, yeah, I think it's going to be a good Christmas. I think usually when you are forced to get creative to give gifts, that it's even more special, because and you can, the point is not to buy the most expensive toy and stuff. We've done that too, but the point that when you give them something that you prayed for them while you were making it, you stitched love into it, it means something. Even if they don't know it now, they'll know it later for sure. Let's see. What could be a comparable foot in the Bernina brand? I don't know Bernina. So if anybody has a Bernina and wants to jump in, I have never sewn on a Bernina, so I don't know. I'm guessing a walking foot would probably be the closest to this. If you want just a regular foot, the 1/4 inch foot is really nice, because you can, you have to be really precise with the seam allowances on doll clothes, because the smaller it is, the bigger the mistakes will affect it. So, just keeping those seam allowances to a 1/4 inch is really good, if that's the seam allowance they have. So, and in some cases, like one of the methods I use to draft them, you end up with actually a scant 1/4. So it's even more what you do is you use the 1/4-inch foot, but you just move your needle over a little bit so that you know that it's a scant. So it's nice. Where do you find the work pots? Work pots? The work boots? Is that what you mean, Ivy? The little work boots, I got a pack of little shoes on Amazon, and the work boots were part of that pack. I'll show them to you in the video. They're so cute. And yeah, it had like 9 different pairs of shoes for dolls, and the work boots were one of them. And I can share the link if you want me to. And there was also like little yellow sandals and some Roman sandals, and there were snow boots, and just a ton of really cute little shoes in that. So I'll just divvy them up, but definitely one of the boys is getting the work boots. Hello, Ann. Good to see you. I will share it in the Facebook group or in the description when I upload this video. Oh, I wanted to show, I got a small haul, really little. These are all cotton lycra from Girl Charlie. And these are going to be my resolution bottoms. So I'm real excited to have more of them because I love these pants. I'm actually wearing my resolution pants. I wore them to church today, and they're so comfy. They're the best fitting pants I have ever made. They're really, really, the fit is amazing. So I need to scoop out the bottom just a little bit more because I have just a few little wrinkles left there. But once I do that, I mean, they're really going to be perfect. So I'm excited. But that's just the normal cotton lycra from Girl Charlie, and it's really nice weight. It's nice and heavy. So they'll be my winter wardrobe. Since I work at home, I just will live in them for sure. So. Oh, you got the same? Awesome. Yeah, they would be great for Henleys too. I have some green that I got that I'm going to make my husband a Henley with. So I also got a print that's really pretty, but it's in the washer to pre-wash right now. It's like black with some blue flowers. Really pretty. Oh, I'm sorry, Ann. I tried really hard to let people know, but yeah, I hope I didn't miss anybody, but yeah, I just needed to make that change and make sure that I wasn't leaving my site vulnerable to that again. I'm pretty sure that's what happened, but I don't know for sure, but YouTube is no help. Can I just say that their customer service or whatever, I ask for help and they say, oh, let me ask someone, and then they send me back the same canned letter that I got the first time. And they just say, if you ask them for more information, they just say that it's your responsibility, and they don't tell you how to find out how, or, you know, supposedly you can look at your analytics and see it. I see nothing that is out of order in my analytics. So I don't know. I don't know if I think it's a glitch and it was wrong, but you know, you have no recourse with YouTube. And I couldn't say this if I was on YouTube right now, but I'm not. So you don't have any recourse because they just, you know, they just say, and I understand, you know, it's free to start a channel there and everything. So, but you know, when you get to a certain level with YouTube, you would think that when you are, you know, at a spot where you kind of make a little bit of money for them, you would think that they would answer your question. But I don't know. I cannot seem to find anything out. So I need to get an expert and help me, because I don't want it to happen again. Like, I don't know how many times I could take, you know, getting my paycheck and have it be half of what I thought, or, well, what, a third, 2/3 of what I thought. I lost about a third of my view things. So I don't know how much longer I would want to do that. Because, I mean, I would still do it, but I mean, I can't count on it, you know, because I don't know if they're going to do that again. So it's a good thing that it's not the reason that I do it anyway, but I still, it's good money anyway. You know, it's good for buying fabric, and, you know, it helps. The yoga band and the curved band, the contour band, the contour band has elastic in it. And the yoga band is just a band. It's just a, just like a self band of fabric. Just as if you put a neck band on and, you know, it was tall and it folded over. Sometimes they fold over, sometimes they don't. This one doesn't fold over really on me. Might on somebody else, but yeah, it's just about that thick. And it's just a band. So it's super comfortable because there's nothing that can dig into you or anything. So it's really nice. Do you work on any woven garments right now? Oh yeah, I do a lot of woven garments actually. Just lately I've been into knits because it's what I like to wear more than anything. But yeah, I do a lot of woven garments for sure. I realized that I've been focusing on knits lately. I mostly because I did that knit series for you though. So but yeah, I do a lot of woven fabrics for sure. A lot of the designers are doing more and more knit more and more knit patterns though too. So hi Carol, good to see you. Nope, it does not fall down. Not at all, Ann. It stays right up there. Haven't had any problems with that at all. I wondered the same thing, but it's just, you know, there's enough recovery in the fabric. You have to have a fabric that has pretty good recovery. But yeah, it doesn't fall down. I'm not thin though, so you know, take that as a grain of salt too. But I don't think it would fall down even on a thin person because you have hips, you know. Unless you were a real beanpole. And maybe you are, I don't know, but definitely it doesn't fall down for me. And I don't think it would even if you were a little thinner. Hi Carol. You have a hard time finding woven patterns or fabric? The name of the pant pattern is Resolution Bottoms by Love Notions. And I did a video on them. Well, it was a double video. It was that work from home, 2 patterns for work from home. Probably about 3 weeks ago, 2 or 3 weeks ago. And I love them. I am just hooked on those pants. They just fit so well. And I basically, when I got the fit right for the duets, even though it went from woven to knit, I did the same adjustments pretty much, and it just worked like a charm. So when you understand your body, and if you know that you're probably going to have to add here, take away there, then it starts to become a lot easier to fit things and not, you know, have to do a muslin every single time and stuff. So I think I understand my anatomy more than I used to with, so, you know, before I used to sew a lot without focusing on fit really. I would just sew the straight thing and then, you know, it wouldn't fit any better than, you know, going to Kohl's and buying it. Then I decided I wanted to make things that fit and spent the time to learn how, and it really paid off. Hi, Brenda. Good to see you. I think everybody's well. see. No COVID today anyway. I shouldn't laugh because it's not funny. My sister-in-law just got out of the hospital with it. This is their second time to have it, which is really weird to me that she's had it twice. But I guess it can happen. So we were not around her, though, before she got sick. So I'm thankful of that. But, you know, it's out there for sure. And I don't know, we be as careful as we can, and then you just have to trust the Lord, I think. Hi, Allison. Good to see you, too. We're doing well. I think everybody's doing well. Yeah, this is, my husband said, because the news here in the States has been just people arguing, argue. And so I was watching Hallmark movies, and my husband hates them, but he just said he thought maybe he'd come up and watch Hallmark movies with me and get to escape all the negative crap that's on the news right now. It's terrible. So I just play with my dolls. Yes, she had COVID 2 times. I know, it's crazy, but she did. She had 2 negative tests in between those 2 times, too, because she had to have 2 negative tests to go back to work. She's a nurse. But she's a nurse in hospice, so it isn't like she's on the front lines, and they're super, super careful with hospice patients. So I don't think that she would be exposed at work necessarily, but she had to have 2 negative tests to return to work, and then she got it again. So, but her husband didn't test positive, even living in the same house, neither time. So that's good. That's good news. So I think it's really contagious if you do certain things, but I think if you're careful, it isn't as contagious. So I don't know, they must have been, because she's a nurse, they probably are taking more, you know, being more careful. But I have not made any Rebecca Page patterns. I've had that Emma pattern forever, and I want to make it, but I just haven't done it yet. But that's one I really want to do. This top is the 24/7 top by Ellie and Mac. It's woven and knit mixed. It's knit at the top and woven on the bottom. Show you the back of it. So it has like a billowy back to it, and that's woven. The coral is woven and this is knit. And yeah, it's a wonderful pattern. I love it. It's great for scrap busting because you don't have to have quite a yard for either one, so for either fabric. So it really is nice. One of my favorites. And this is Ellie and Mac. I'll put that link in the description somewhere, or somewhere I'll put it. It's a great pattern. And if you watch, they'll have that one on their dollar sale every now and then. So probably haven't had it recently just because we're heading into fall and it's more of a summer top. It's just warm here today, so I got away with wearing it. Oh, 1-inch trim for the red dress. Oh, how fun. Hi, Margaret. Nice to see you. So you guys who just joined us, what are you sewing this weekend? Anything special or fun? I need to get my Texas gifts done because I didn't think we were going, so I was thinking I would be mailing them closer to Christmas, but if we're leaving in a week and a half for San Antonio, then I probably need to sew them up. So I've got jammies to make, and I don't know yet what I'm going to make for my brother. Kind of on the fence about that, but my sister-in-law, I think she loves knit tops, so I think I might just make her a La Belladonna. She would probably really like that. For memory pillows, nice. Oh, everywhere, Verna. Fabric Mart, Joann's, Fabric Warehouse Direct, Fashion Fabric Club. Either one of the warehouses that I go to always have a lot. So lots of different places. I think the pieces I've gotten recently that I've been the most excited about have been from Fabric Mart. Oh, how fun! A quilt sandwich. That is fun. Dockside tea. Yep, I love that. I made them for my son and son-in-law last year, but I'm thinking that was what I was thinking for my brother, but we'll see. I have some like black and gray, so I could make him one out of that. I'm not sure, but that was a thought that I had. Yeah, you just, if you go to Fabric Mart, you'll see some woven fabric. It's out there. It's just the knits are really popular right now. I think it's just the lifestyle and the comfort, I think, for knits. It has nothing to do with not wanting to sew wovens at all. I love to sew wovens. In fact, I'd rather sew wovens, but I like to wear knits, so I'm going to sew what I want to wear. So, and I think knits are just great for kids because they can grow a little, you know, and still wear them, and they're a lot more forgiving. So they are really good. Knits are just really practical to wear. Olga says she needs to construct sleeves for her husband's shirt. Whoop. And get into knits. T-shirt from Stretch and Sew fabric. Oh, yeah, you're the one who had all the Stretch and Sew fabric. Yeah, I have every one of those patterns downstairs, and I thought, oh, I should really get them out, and because, well, I have the drafted patterns that I made from them, but I was, yeah, I'm not that size anymore. Let's just say that was when I was a newlywed, so was the last time I drafted patterns from there. So yeah, it's probably not gonna be my size anymore, but they, you know, I'll just draft a new one. Some of them, I think my mom had some of the plus size ones, which those are down there too, because some of them don't go up very high, and you know, it wasn't a big thing to be inclusive with patterns like it is now. A smock for work, fun! Ah, snaps. Oh, aren't they fun? Knitting your first sweater, cool. Hi, Kathy. I do, but I don't know how long I'm going to keep it. It's $9 a month, and I saw that thing to do it for $2 or whatever for the year, but I don't know how to unjoin and rejoin, so I need to investigate that. On your bucket list. Yeah, I've never seen pay it forward. What is that? Huh. Is it patterns? Pay it forward patterns? I've never seen those. I'll have to try that out, check that out. I saw something I want to do a video on. What I'm going to do is go in and make a pattern for myself and then try it out. But there's a site online where you can go and type your measurements in and say you want this pattern. So I was going to go and see how that measured up with, you know, how accurate it was. So if I really brave, I'll do pants and then see how well those fit compared to, you know, the way I've done my own. So we'll see what happens with that. Well, it is nigh on 4 o'clock, so I am going to head out. So I just want to thank you guys for following me back over here to Facebook. And I will let you know what day and time we're going to do chat next week. It will not be on Sunday afternoon because of a church responsibility that I have, but it probably will be Monday. So be watching for that. I will post it in the Facebook group. I will also post it in the community section on Facebook or on YouTube, so to make sure that you will see them. So have a fantastic afternoon, you guys. Thanks for hanging out with me. It always brightens my day to just chat with everybody. So thank you so much. Happy sewing.